entrepreneurs, local and international business. The Be Smart Services Hot Seat goes behind the scenes to see what makes their business stand out from the crowd.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Klarissa, and this morning we have a very special broadcast for you. Today, we are joined by Lize Swart, the Program Manager or the Social Worker for all the homes of the Executive Welfare Council, and also by Janine Lingenfelder, the PR support for It's Not About Me and the appointed fundraiser for the Management Committee. Lize, Janine, a very warm welcome to both of you, and thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Good morning.
Morning. Thank you so much, Klarissa.
Janine, can you share a bit of facts about the project that you guys are busy working on with our viewers? We are very excited to learn all about it.
It's such an amazing platform to be part of. So thank you so much for the opportunity, Klarissa. So It's Not About Me was founded in 2007 by Shireen Hunter, and she's a local businesswoman in Johannesburg, and her business is Hunter Group, and the head office is based in Selby in Gauteng. Now, the board are made up from 3 people, which is Shireen, Colleen McAulslin, and Candice Jacob. So I want to just give you some background with regards to these people, these amazing, amazing people. Colleen McAulslin is a community volunteer, and her focus is largely developing strategies, partnerships with key stakeholders in the community, and coordinating efforts between public and private sector role players. Candice Jacob is a professional registered company secretary and ensures excellence in governance and, of course, all administration and legal matters. She's absolutely excellent. Our intention as It's Not About Me is to help people who don't get help, but who need a hand up so that they can help themselves. Now, the core people in the group is needed that we focus on is women and children in South Africa. It's Not About Me. We do not discriminate against race, culture, language, or citizenship, or religious, nothing of the sort. It's Not About Me is 100% funded by the board members and members of the community through donations in kind. Now, It's Not About Me works in partnerships with various children homes, places of safety for women, and drug rehabilitation centers across South Africa. Things we always need to support these care centers would be food, clothing, stationery, cash donations, help with maintenance around the properties for these children homes, and help transporting donations in Gauteng. This is what we do at It's Not About Me, and we are truly blessed to be affiliated with the AFM Welfare and uMephi.
Wow, that is so wonderful, Janine. It really warms my heart, and I'm sure it warms all of our viewers' heart to see what work and effort you guys put into the community and what you do to help the children and to help our youth out there. Now, it's so interesting to see what you guys do. Can you elaborate a little bit on the Executive Welfare Council and what services it is that you guys exactly render?
Okay, Lisa, good morning, everyone. The Executive Welfare Council is the AFM division, is the welfare division of the AFM Church. So we have in 9 provinces, we have 43 projects that is either child and youth care centers, or it is facilities where we have foster care facilities where there is children in foster cluster homes. And then we have also under the AFM Welfare, but it's another division, we have old age homes in some of the bigger towns. But the link that we have here with It's Not About Me or with Hunter's Group is that they are pro bono delivering services as the management committee to the 3 children's homes in the Fall Triangle. It's called the Child and Youth Care Centers. We have 3 of those in Meyerton, Vanderbijl Park, and Three Rivers, called House Trentico, House Villa Lubet, and House de Gracia, where we take care of children it's children 9 to 12 in each home. And it's basically like the older children's home setups, but it's in a satellite division in a community. So that is the link between them and us presently.
Oh, thank you so much, Lize. Thank you so much for that valuable information. And once again, it's so great to see what you guys do for those children and how you guys go out of your way to help them. You guys play a very important role in the community. And that's why I want to ask you if you can tell us a little bit more about these community houses or the child and the youth care center that you've mentioned. And how do you guys actually provide for these children and help them?
Okay, it's just basically to say that we actually, our service delivery is to residential, it's like called residential childcare, to children that were removed from their parents due to circumstances that was not suitable for them to stay in. This could be anything from child neglect. It could be verbal or physical abuse. It could be you let your children beg on streets. It could be any harmful behavior, and then social workers intervene. Children go through court procedures. They are removed out of their parents' care, and then they are placed in an alternative care. We are alternative care childcare facility, and then they actually landed up by us. So that is basically how they get to us. In terms of what services we deliver further on is that we have a substitute house mother, or that we call a center manager. She's taking care of those children on a daily basis, providing to them physical, medical, educational, emotional, and spiritual care wherever we want to. I think our main focus is to at least try to have a normal family environment for our children. It's very difficult. In the past, our criteria was to have a mum and a dad, but it happens quite often that we get applications that it's single mums that went through a period in their life having their own children, maybe got divorced or lost a husband, and eventually landed in a place where they really can live out their passion and they care for children. So in all 3 of these homes, we have a single house mum taking care of these children on a daily basis.
Oh, thank you so much for sharing that with us, Lize. It just goes to show once again what an important role that you guys play in the community to help these children, to try and make the life as normal as possible for them, and also ensure that they feel confident enough and that they can see that they're also a valuable part of the community and that they also deserve a future. Thank you so much for everything that you guys do, Lize. And now my next question to you is, you guys probably need some sort of income to help these children on a monthly basis. So the income that you guys receive, what does your income cover every month?
Okay. Maybe I can just say to you, our biggest funder presently is social development. They're providing it is a specific subsidy per child that we get on a monthly basis. So average we get in by a child and youth care center between 36 and 44,000 Rand per month from government. But that needs to cover everything. That is about, if I worked it out on really, if we really work on cut-based basic expenses, that's about 75 to 77% of our expenses. But then there is no leeway for an extra tank petrol or a maintenance or something that breaks down or anything out of the ordinary. Then it's about covering 77%. But if you look at what it must cover, we have to pay a center manager for full time. We have to pay a domestic worker. We have to care for maintenance on the vehicle as well as on the houses, gardening. We don't pay school fees on a monthly basis for children because they're exempted from school fees in terms of the Children's Act and the School Act, but we pay book fees and we pay registration fees. That is still quite a lot to cover. Stationery, medical, we are state patient, the children are state patients, but for any extra additional specialized professional medical care, like in terms of eye care, orthodontic, occupational therapy, as well as therapy in terms of the trauma, is all additional expenses that we need to cover. Electricity, rates and taxes. And even if we need to have a stand-in, a relief worker, to stand in for the house mother, because she can't work 24 hours for a whole of a year, we have to pay 250 Rand for a daily rate of a relief worker if we use her over December, and we can't even plan that now because there's no additional funds. For 3 weeks over December can cost us more than 5,000 Rand just to have a relief worker standing in for that center manager, that she can at least just have a break. So I think there's quite a lot. If I can just point out one thing, our utilities, rates and taxes, as well as electricity, is covering actually nearly a third of our income per house from government. So it is really, if you deduct from 36, 11,000 for rates, then you sit with 22,000 to cover the rest of taking care of 9, 10 kids with everything around that house. So it is quite a challenge. We are very dependent on anything from outside donations in kind to help us and assist.
Thank you so much for sharing that with us, Lisa. You guys really do have a lot of expenses, and I'm pretty sure that additional funds would really help you guys out a lot because of the important work that you do and because of everything that a children needs. So now, how can we as the community help and assist you guys in any way possible?
I think many people want to bring, and that's why we eventually, sorry, just for a little bit of background, why we moved to the satellite home system is where we bought a residential home in a community where there's just 9 or 10 kids. We call it a bite-sized chunk. For someone in the community to assist with toiletries for 9 kids is much easier to go to a children's home where there's 250 children and you don't know where you can help because you can't even provide shampoo for 250 children. So that's why we moved to the satellite home system. But in terms of help, it could be anything. It could be in terms of donations, in kind that is food, toiletries, tin food, meat, fruit, fresh fruit and vegetables, that type of things. Cereals, yogurt, fruit is actually quite called a luxury sometimes by us because you need to cover the basic expenses in terms of providing 3 meals for their children. Stationery, uniforms, that is the basic stuff that we need to take care of children. Then there is additional stuff, anything that you use in a household, cleaning stuff, anything that a normal household use, we also use. But then people can also give time. They can give of their time if there's no money. They can come and volunteer. They can help and sit. If a center manager has to go to a school evening or a parent's evening or a merit evening, there's no one to sit with the children for that hour or two. So there's a volunteer that can offer that. People can apply for a holiday or a host parent. They can assist maybe with taking a child to a clinic and pick them up again. So it's transport. They can assist with homework. And then there's people that loves gardening. They love working on vehicles. So if they want to offer any professional service that you can offer to a normal household, that is also highly appreciated, because we need to pay for that service if we need to have someone fixing something, a plumber, a therapist, anyone in that professional area can help with that. Just want to check my notes in terms of if there's anything else that I left out. Now I think I mentioned everything that I wrote down. So yeah, if there's more questions, you can ask me.
Oh, thank you so much for sharing that with us, Lize. It looks like there are really a lot of ways that we as the community can get involved to help you guys in terms of donations or cash donations, or like you've mentioned, even your time. So to our viewers out there, if you want to come and assist with the children, please contact Lize. She'll be more than happy to help and assist you so that we can help the children in any way possible. Lize, is there any other important information that we need to be aware of?
Yes, maybe I can just overall just say that we are a non-profit organization. We are registered. We have an NPO number. We are a public benefit organization. We are registered as a child protection organization. And then we are legally registered for all these homes by social development. Otherwise, we would have not got funding to a certain part. To comply to social development registration, we have to comply to Department of Health, safety, to all safety requirements, as well as to the Children's Act and the norms and standards, so there is if you have to be legal to be funded by government, you have to be legal on every ground, so that is one of our, I think, core values, is we want to do the things on the right way. And then we also BBEE certification is being done. We do it, it's been renewed every year. So overall for our projects, we are standing on 81.95%. So what happens if any company wants to donate money, and we do need money, we say we need donations in kind, but actually we also we need cash as well to pay some of the expenses. So if a company wants to contribute, they can claim VAT back. It's called a tax refund. We are a Section 18A company, so we can issue a Section 18A certificate for contributions. So many of the people of companies, by the end of their financial year, they come and they have additional money. Then they can, as a once-off or on a monthly basis, they can donate a certain amount towards the children's homes or the child and youth care centers. I sometimes say children's homes because people doesn't know what is a child and youth care center, but the right naming is child and youth care centers. And then if people wants to sponsor like the stationery for the home or the uniforms for a home, they can go and they can buy it from the service provider. There's a lot of people that buy the stuff like a lawnmower, but then they provide the invoice as a proof of what they purchased. And then on that invoice proof, you can get a Section 18A certificate for your contributions.
Wow, thank you so much, Lize. You've really given us a lot to think about this morning, and you've really given us a lot of valuable information. Thank you so much for that. So my last question would be, Lize, how can the community reach you if they want to help the Executive Welfare Council with the children? Where can they reach you?
Okay, there is Facebook pages for each and every home called Klarissa, House Trentico, and House Villa Libet Child and Youth Care Centers. But then I think the safer option is to provide my own details to the people, as well as then my social worker that is appointed over that 3 homes. We will be able to answer any question or direct it to the right people. My email address is Lize at afmwelfare.org.za. And the same with Elsie below. She's the social worker. Her email is elsie@afmwelfare.org.za. I don't know if we must, for a backup, provide a cell number or an office number. Maybe our office number is in Pretoria. Our head office is in Pretoria. It's 012-753-7940. And I'm responsible for all the homes in the Vaal Triangle and the Ekurhuleni area. So if anyone sees this podcast or here and they are in another area, like maybe in the Ekurhuleni area, they can also contact me for the nearest project to wherever they are. I think that's a safer option. And then my cell number is 083-449-3357.
Thank you so much.
If I can jump in here, I'm sorry, Klarissa. There is another where we say text your request. If people have that as well, and the number for that is 073-607-7468. That's another alternative number. We're trying to make sure that there's enough information out there so that when people are in need, they can have enough information to share and ask for help. So that's just another alternative number, especially from a donation point of view.
Oh, thank you so much, Janine. Thank you so much, Lize. We really want to thank you for your time this morning. We really want to thank you for sharing all of this valuable information with us. And we want to thank you for reaching out to us so that we can also help and play our part in helping you guys as an organization, but also to help these children and give them a better future. Thank you so much for that once again. You guys, if there's any viewers, you did get the contact information from Lize and Janine. So if you want to get involved, please give them a call. Please send them a message so that you can also play your part. Janine, can you tell us a little bit about your vision and your mission, please?
Yes, of course. Thank you so much for this, Klarissa. So it's not about me. Vision is to be a social catalyst across society that stirs up higher levels conscious living, increasing kindness without expectations of return, and births many community movements buried in the hearts of people, called across the world to serve those who are suffering or simply need a hand up. Our mission at It's Not About Me is simply to get the job done. It's not that difficult, but with the support of communities, it's really amazing how people can stand together with donations. It's to mobilize resources where pure heart people are willing to purposely give without receiving. That is It's Not About Me, vision and mission.
Oh, thank you so much for sharing that with us, Janine. It's so great to see how passionate you guys are and how much work and effort you put into what you do and how you really just want to help your fellow man and especially those children and the youth members. Thank you so, so much for all that you guys do, Janine.
Thanks for this opportunity. Really appreciate it, Klarissa.
Only a pleasure. I'm Klarissa Botha from Be Smart Services. Thank you once again, Lize. Thank you once again, Janine. Have a great day further. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks. Really appreciate it.
You're listening to the Be Smart Services podcast. Subscribe to Be Smart Services by Klarissa Botha on YouTube for inspiring interviews with local and international business owners.